Well, it was a slow and steady but very impressive session for the market. After a couple of worrisome weeks, the Dow and S&P finished at fresh all-time highs, with all the major indices, in fact, closing at the high of the session. Great economic data in America with that jobs report, but there was also strong data out of China, which sent steel prices higher. The stock market is how we see winning at a macro level, but there's one company whose share price says it all with my mind in terms of the economic recovery. That's Conn's. Conn's, they opened the doors 125 years ago. It was a plumbing and heating company in Beaumont, Texas. Then they switched to consumer electronics. More recently, the company has seen more success in furniture and appliances. Now, it was completely written off. This stock was in a death spiral until this year. Things have changed for the 116-store chain located throughout the South and mostly Western states, mostly Trump states. These are the states that voted for change in an economic lifeline. And with respect to Conn's and the earnings in the most recent quarter, they've gotten it. Furniture sales up 32%, appliances up 28%, electronics up 21%, home office up almost 8%. Now, the stock price reflects how business, by the way, can adapt. And it also reveals the end result when you have a surge in consumer confidence. Yes, you can use hashtag winning here. And speaking of winning, Bitcoin, all the rage on Wall Street and Main Street. No one can no longer afford to ignore this or the cryptocurrency phenomenon. Now, it closed at 16,142, but in the last 24 hours, the trading range has been 14,000 to almost 18,000. That is a wild ride and has many people wondering if it ends in a fireball of tears and economic ruin. We're going to ask Perry Woodin. He is a Node 40 CEO. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
All right, so you're a Bitcoin expert because you're a blockchain expert. Quickly, let's talk about the blockchain part of this. What everyone agrees is perhaps could fundamentally change everything.
Okay, so the blockchain is just a public ledger. So it's where all the transactions for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are written to.
And that's how it works. But what makes it so special, and why is it? Because it's so special that it's helping these cryptocurrencies go to the moon.
Yeah, what makes it so special is it's decentralized, so nobody controls it. And then it's also very special because it's called immutable, so you cannot change the records that are on the blockchain.
These cryptocurrencies themselves, there's many of them out there, and of course many more are coming to market almost every day, but Bitcoin is the one that's garnered the most excitement. These sort of wild swings, people are saying that's indicative of the action of ultimately of a bubble, that it will burst, that there will be a trail of tears and economic ruin. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think there will be a trail of tears for some people, but I think you're going to see things continue to rise. Bitcoin may not be the bubble, it may be the pin that disrupts the rest of the financial system.
So in other words, Bitcoin could actually destabilize the established financial systems in the world?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a cheap way to move money around, that's going to make some other people upset.
Do you think this accounts for Wall Street skepticism when people like Jamie Dimon, come out all the time and say it's just a scam for the most part?
Yeah, either he doesn't understand it or he's threatened by it. So I think that's why you would hear statements like what he said.
On Sunday, you're going to have the CBOE start to trade futures, and then the Chicago Board of Options will also do the same thing. Will that allow Wall Street to get in there, start shorting it, and perhaps derail the momentum and the excitement behind this?
Yeah, we're going to see what happens. So we had a lot of novice traders into Bitcoin, and now we're going to have the pros come in, and we're going to see what they do to the market.
But they're going to have an agenda, you think, to hurt it. At least that's what I think. But what do you think?
Well, I think the agenda is going to be to make money, and I think they really have the potential to make money.
On both sides of the trade?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I got to go now. But for people who own this or are thinking about buying it, what do they do? I know you don't want to give financial advice, but would you buy it right now?
Would I buy it right now? Yeah, I would buy it and hold. If I'm in it for the long term,
and deal with the initial volatility.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's always great to have an expert on these kind of things.
Thank you.